This semester I'm teaching a course at the university for the history department entitled War and Society, and it's focused on World War I. And a number of students in the class are actually working on a project to create an exhibition for the library exhibition space out here. And my goal is to really expose the students not only to the traditional literary primary source material that they're used to dealing with, but to actually look at museum objects and rare library materials and to integrate those in not merely as illustration, but as actual artifacts and evidence that they can use in creating basically their arguments.
I'm doing an exhibit with my fellow classmates on World War I, propaganda with children. I'm doing 3 in particular artifacts. The first one is the aftermath of victory. This one's really unique because it's a flip book. So just to show you here, this one is after the war and before the war, which is really unique. So it's just showing you different places within France. So this is in a classroom, so the kids are working in class, and then this is after the war, and this is all the destruction. So throughout the book, the kids can flip through it and really see what war can do.
That I'm focusing on is this children's book of wonders. It's unique. There's not a lot of information out there on this book, but it's draws kids in with this whimsical picture of like kids flying around on a plane. It's some new technology, but it just goes in. It talks about the wonderful inventions of the modern battlefield. It talks about the tanks and planes and submarines and things like that. So it's presented as a children's book. It's got the alphabet on one cover and your numbers on the other cover, easy to read words. And then one other interesting thing is that it could have been sanctioned by somebody in England. There's a guy in England who came up with this drawing here. It says the pride of a lion is in his mane. The lion being England, and then the lion's mane is made up of his mane is made up of the colonies of England. You got Canada, India, Australia, what are the other two? The African colonies and New Zealand. So this is a clue of where this book actually came from, because there's not a lot of information on this book out there.
My favorite piece that I'm going to use in my exhibition, in my part of the exhibition, is going to be this. It's a weekly newspaper from date's somewhere around here, from 1917. And my main focus is going to be the cover, even though throughout the whole book we see depictions of little Boy Scouts throughout the entire world. But we see how they're pretty much preparing for war by rationing, by learning how to scout, by learning how to do different things. But the cover is my favorite part, because you see the soldier. This is an Army soldier, by the way. It's an American Army soldier, and these boys are admiring him. They're looking up to him. They're seeing him as a hero. And in that era, right around the war, is when the idea of a hero as a soldier is being painted for the first time. You see one of the young boys actually wearing a soldier's hat. So that's interesting. And you can see that this boy, he's admiring the gun. He's admiring like how war and how just the destructiveness of it. Right around that time is when toy soldiers are starting to be mass-produced, and little boys are seeing soldiers as, okay, this is something I want to be when I grow up. And in this corner, this is the shortest of the 3 boys. He's a very young boy, and he's looking up to him. So it's almost like this godly figure of a soldier, and that just stands out to me a lot. And I'm looking forward to using this as a part of my presentation to show how boys, even though boys aren't going to be part of the war, they're a big part of wars to come.